Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist with your midday forecast, and we're going to be talking about, well, your midweek forecast, excuse me, and we're going to be talking about what we're going to be seeing out there for the remainder of this work week and into the weekend. So let's jump into our first map, and this is our current conditions right now across the country, and we're looking at a lot of wet weather across the east, the mid-Atlantic, and into the northeast, as well as down into the southeast as well. We got sort of a nor'easter situation going on across the eastern United States, and that's bringing heavy rain. There's actually multiple storm systems that's going to bring a lot of rain over the next several days across much of the east and into New England. We're also going to be seeing some of that wet weather down into the state of Florida and along the Gulf Coast, and we're going to be seeing some severe thunderstorms as well. But this is what we're looking at right now. Right now it's mostly quiet across along the Gulf Coast, but we're definitely seeing a lot of that rainfall through the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast up and towards the Maine area. So a lot of heavy rain for all of the major cities in the East Coast. A little bit of wet weather and some snow across the northern plains, northern Minnesota, and the northern Dakotas as well. We're seeing some snow over in those regions and a bit of rainfall along the west coast. Down here in southern California, we have another storm system that's bringing heavy rain down along the southern California coast. Right now we're seeing the bulk of that rainfall over central California and into the Bay Area, but we're also seeing some showers down over LA County and into Orange County as well. So that is a look at the current conditions across the United States. But here are those current temperatures across the country right now, and we're seeing a pretty warm day across much of the country, still continuing those temperatures, that trend of being above average, especially across Midwest, where we're looking at that 50 right now across the Twin Cities, but we're looking at those 70s and 80s along the Gulf Coast. So very warm weather across the eastern half of the country, a lot of 40s and 50s. So many areas across the east are seeing above average temperatures. We're about seasonal over parts of the west, the northwest. We're a little bit cooler than average, but we've been seeing a lot of snow and a lot of stormy weather out over the western half of the United States. So we're seeing cooler temperatures out over the west. But in the Midwest and into the east, we are very much above average, and that trend will continue. Here's your forecast for this afternoon across the country, and we're going to be seeing showers and thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast, and we're going to see those showers and storms up through much of from the southeast and through the mid-Atlantic states and into the northeast as well. So heavy rain for New York, Boston, Washington, Norfolk, even down into the Jacksonville, Atlanta area. We're seeing heavy rain showers down through the state of Florida as well. And we're going to be seeing that wet weather across parts of the west. So we're going to see rain in Los Angeles and San Diego, and rain in San Francisco as well. We're going to be seeing rain and thunderstorms, and some of that rain might even make it into the Phoenix area. We're going to see some of that wintry and slash rain across the Rockies as well. So still a few showers and some snow across parts of the Rockies, and a lot of rain along the California coastline is going to continue for this afternoon. As we head into your day tomorrow, we're going to see much of the same, with that rain and severe weather moving into parts of the Midwest. We're going to see that rain and those thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast from Texas, along the Gulf Coast, over Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida and Georgia. We're going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms, and we're going to see some of those storms making it into the Ohio Valley, parts of the Ohio Valley. So southern Illinois, southern Indiana, western Kentucky, western Tennessee. We can see some of those showers along the Mississippi River Valley, and we're going to see more rain in the east, in the big cities from New York down through Norfolk, and we're going to see those showers up into Boston as well. So much of the same is going to continue, and as we look at your Friday, we're going to see that wet weather from Chicago, those thunderstorms from Chicago all the way down through the deep south, San Antonio, Houston, over to New Orleans. We're going to see those showers and thunderstorms, and we're going to see those thunderstorms in and around Memphis. We're going to see them over the Dallas area, and gusty winds as well over the plains, over Texas, through the southern plains, through Oklahoma, Kansas, And we're going to see those winds through Nebraska and the Dakotas as well. Gusty winds, so some fire weather is also going to continue over that area as well. So they're still battling that big blaze down there in Texas. And we're going to see that wet weather up and down parts of the East Coast. And things will begin to dry out over the West Coast and in Southern California. We're going to see those weather conditions begin to dry out and relax as well. We're going to still see more snow over the Sierra Nevada and in the Cascades in the future here over the next several days. Another big round of snow is going to hit the mountains in California, which we've seen the recent storms bring California back into its normal snowfall range for this time of the year for the most part. Still in the southern Sierras, we're still a little bit shy of normal. We're about 93% of normal, so there's still a little bit of snow is needed over the southern end of the Sierra Nevadas. But for the most part, we have hit or exceeded our yearly snowfall for a typical year already at this point in the Sierra Nevadas. So as we take a look at the current radar across the east, we're seeing a lot of rain in and around Washington, D.C., heading into New York, and we're seeing rain along the St. Lawrence River Valley, along the U.S. and Canadian border here, over upstate New York, northern Vermont as well. We're seeing rain over central into western Pennsylvania, and rain showers down through West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, as well as the Carolinas and Virginia. We're seeing rain and the heavier rain again here across the Richmond, Virginia, through Washington and Baltimore, and maybe even Philadelphia, and up towards New York City is where we're seeing those heavier showers. You're kind of in a lull at this time in the Boston area, but those showers will be coming into your area later today. And as we take a look at the forecast for this afternoon, as far as the potential for how much rain that we are going to receive, how much rain is needed to flood across the east, and we are looking at 1 to 2 inches of rainfall for the most part that could lead to flooding to parts of the eastern U.S. and into the northeast as well. Here is the rainfall forecast through Thursday along the eastern United States, and we're going to see that potential here for 2 to 3 inches of rain up near the Boston area, and then along the Cape Cod area and Long Island. We're going to see the heavier rainfall that could see 2 to 3 inches. But for the most part, along I-95, we're going to be looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain as far as the high end, but on the low end, over the more interior portions of the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic, we're going to be looking at about a ½ inch or less. So a wide range in disparity in rainfall amounts as that low pressure is closer to the coast. So the coastal areas are going to receive the bulk of these rain. No snow is going to be expected with this event, as temperatures are just simply much too warm for any snow. So this is going to be an all rainfall event. Here is your flood watch across east. We do have a flood warning across the New England, so Boston down through Providence, Hartford, Long Island, and to New York City and northern New Jersey. We have that potential there for flooding, so we do have a flood watch in place across much of the Northeast and the New England area. Here is your snowfall forecast for the from Saturday through next Monday, and there is a potential for a storm system over the interior portions. That's going to be over Ontario, Canada. That could drop a little bit of snow over parts of Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, and into portions of western Pennsylvania, maybe northeastern Ohio, and parts of Michigan as well. We'll see some very light snow. But this is going to be light to moderate snow, so it's not going to account for much in the accumulation bucket. But you might pick up 1 to 3 inches for the most part across parts of the interior portions of the Northeast and the upper Great Lakes. And then here's that rainfall, your radar across the deep south. Right now we're seeing a lot of rain moving into Florida. We're going to see another batch of showers and thunderstorms approach the Tampa area, and we're seeing some rain showers, a lot of that rain there in the mid-Atlantic states with some thunderstorms embedded in the activity as well. Speaking of thunderstorms, we're going to see the potential for thunderstorms in 3 different areas today. Our first area is going to be across North Texas, where we're going to see the potential for some thunderstorms that's going to have some damaging winds and some large hail possible. And this is going to be across the northwestern Texas, Dallas, and so towards Oklahoma and towards Abilene and Lubbock and parts of maybe San Angelo. We're going to see the potential there for some isolated severe thunderstorms this afternoon, and we're going to see that potential for isolated severe thunderstorms across South Florida. So for Miami up to Melbourne, we're going to see the potential for severe thunderstorms as well over to Naples and Fort Myers. And that primary threat is going to be large hail and damaging winds, and an isolated tornado is always possible as well. And then take a look at the southeast. We're going to see the potential for severe thunderstorms as that area flow pressure works its way up the coastline. So we're going to see the potential for some severe thunderstorms this afternoon through parts of southeastern South Carolina, southern North Carolina. So basically from Myrtle Beach down to Savannah, Georgia, which includes Charleston, South Carolina, where we're going to see that potential for some severe thunderstorms this afternoon, and we're going to see that severe thunderstorm threat again tomorrow. This is going to be across the southern plains, so north central Texas into Oklahoma and southern Kansas, where we're going to see a pretty good threat for some severe thunderstorms, and damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes are going to be possible in that region tomorrow. And we're going to see the same thing for Friday with severe thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. A pretty significant threat for severe thunderstorms from East Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, southern Missouri, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. We're going to see severe thunderstorms, and the threats are going to be damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes, and heavy rain that can lead to some flash flooding. So we're going to look for all threats of severe weather along the Gulf Coast as we head into your Friday. So that is your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thank you for watching me today. Leave your likes, comments, and feel free to subscribe to the channel on TikTok. And you can follow me and subscribe on YouTube as well. So thank you for watching. We're going to produce another video right now. We're going to take a look at the current conditions that's going on via radar. So stay tuned for that video that's going to be posted right after this one. So you guys have a great day, and I will see y'all tomorrow, and be safe out there.